That's her superpower. Melody, lyrics that can't be stopped, and then the voice that's one of one.
I got a sister that she's real tough, and she's my favorite. Speaking of Remy Ma, but she knows Lauryn Hill's my favorite female MC to touch the mic, and she's probably better than 90% of the dudes that ever rap. Maybe 95% of the dudes that ever rap. I mean, that's the type of level. You know what I mean? I've always looked at Lauryn Hill like she's exceptional.
Right.
On another level. And what's that like? Because they're both like, I mean, no disrespect, they're both weird. Like Lauryn Hill, Amy Winehouse. I mean, you have both these girls, making their music. What is Lauryn like? Because I don't think we'll ever get Lauryn to explain to us what she's like. What is Lauryn like? Working with Lauryn, or her being your sister, you having such a great relationship.
You know what it is? More than anything else, like I've met certain artists at that age when they were 18 and they had a lot of potential. They were still trying to find the key for the lock. But they was like, I got this potential and I've been blessed. Like I couldn't have asked of the level of talent that I've come across. Jasmine Sullivan the same way. You know what I'm saying? The Bunch of Windows, Lions, Tigers. I told them, leave us, don't bring someone right into the session.
I'm not afraid of lions and tigers and bears. So
that was our first session. I'd work with her on Jive, but that was our first session for that moment. But they were trying to send a songwriter. I was like, chill, let me just talk to her first. What I have with Lauryn and Jasmine and Amy, and even, with all that stuff, is just they get to a safe place where I'm like, all right, cool, what you want to do? And whatever they say, whatever their first idea is, I go with it. Because once I'm able to make that happen, then they get comfortable. Now they start pouring out all the real gems. You know what I'm saying? It's hustling. You buy the first three and you pay for it in full, you give a little extra, and then the fourth time you go wide and then you disappear. So it's the same way. I get to the artists and I get them comfortable enough with me because I do their ideas the way they want to make it happen, and then it gets there. So with Lauryn, it was the same thing. I gained her trust early by, between nappy heads and all the other things, but I just saw her potential because I was like, you got a voice and you have this words. What Lauryn Hill has two things that makes her unstoppable. Her vocabulary is next level. She's a daughter of a teacher who's well-learned and super intelligent. Her vocabulary, she had us singing Reciprocity.
Tell me who I have to get so reciprocity.
They know what the reciprocal, yeah, I might have heard that in school and a couple times in math class. She had reciprocity. Somebody gonna look that up? There was no Wikipedia. We didn't look it up. We just sang it. Her vocabulary is crazy. And then, of course, her voice is one of one. There's no one else that sounds like her for real, for real. And then she also knows so much music. She's like a jukebox. So with Fuji and all that stuff, you play the beat, you play anything for her, and she'll be like, oh, what could go there too? And she'll start just singing songs off the top of her head that will just be from 100 years ago and know how to sit it on the beat like a reggae artist. You play one beat and the reggae artist can sing you 5 different hooks on it and the beat ain't changed and it almost don't go, but it do go. That's her superpower. Melody, lyrics that can't be stopped, and then, the voice that's one of one. And as a person, she's just, she's kind of introverted in certain ways. She ain't really trying to be all up in everybody's mix. But when she get comfortable, she's a joker. She's cracking jokes like, really, who said that? Whatever. But once again, I've seen her at, 18, 19, all those different years. And then you know how it is when we're young and then now we got to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? When you were running the top of your organization and y'all was living, there was 50 people feeding a whole lot of kids because Joe decided to go sit down and take this deal with whatever these people were downtown. And then when it ain't happening, it's that pressure. So for any star, they go through times when, I don't want to do this, or I do want to do this. And now the buzzing don't make sense. We don't want to do that. We ain't getting enough bread. And, the reality is that, she's established a long time ago that her motivation isn't because I'm gonna do something because you're gonna pay me. I'm gonna do it because I want to do it and because I feel like it's the right thing. And yes, I need my bread, but yes, at the same time, it got to be something that aligns with where I'm at.
And that's true. It's true artistry. It's true, staying true to who you are, completely. You know, it's you know, the artist.
Right.
You know, like I love my little brother Bryson Tiller. He's an artist. Like he won't even put a video out. He'll put an all black video if he feels like. He don't care. And that's being true to the art form and being true to yourself, because a lot of people get in this industry and they can get lost with what these so-called A&Rs think or whatever these record labels are molding you to be. You know, I love reggaeton, and I've always supported my brothers, my Latino brothers, but I remember when Craig Kelman came to me and was like, yo, I got $1 million for you to make a reggaeton album. I was like, yo, I'm digging into craze, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and easily somebody would be like, yo, let me take that mill and do that reggaeton album.
Right.
And there's no disrespect to them because I love my brothers and what they doing, but that just ain't Fat Joe. You know, it ain't Fat Joe. You know, I know you're a yard man ting. I got something, especially because of COVID. I live 5 minutes from Khaled. We do something called Breakfast at Khaled's every morning, right?
Uh-huh.
And the man don't do nothing but play reggae all day. Like I'll tell you something. If I lived in the mansion next door, I would have had to knock on his door already and be like, yo, check this out. Like, please, bro. Like, yeah. In reggae music, who are some of the biggest influences in your life? And name that tune. Name that tune. Name about 3 all-time reggae tunes and why you feel like it's the greatest tunes.
Well, you know, for me, you know, my pops is from Trinidad and his father was from Barbados. So I have that West Indian blood with me. But at the same time, I grew up in New York. And us growing up in New York is like, you know, Latin culture, Puerto Rican culture, and Jamaican culture is part of New York culture.
That's a
you know
fact.
What I'm saying? You live in New York, you know what a beef patty is. You had the rice and peas before, but you also had the plot that like everything was, we were together. You know what I'm saying? This thing of ours. It was Cool Herc and it was the B-Boys. You know what I'm saying? And Crazy Legs. It was all of that. So at the end of the day, our generation especially, maybe not in the 50s and 60s, but definitely our generation, it's one thing. So my dad was working in labels and he was doing stuff, but he would take me to a record store and I'd be like, I'm looking, you know, just like I'm in here, I got all my records, but I could see a Sugar Hill record because it was blue, but then I want that Yellow Man, I'm getting married in the morning too. I need that Yellow Man. You know what I'm saying? Yellow Man's I'm getting married in the morning just made me like, okay, it just, the bass line, boom, 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 boom. I'm getting my, Yellow Man was like the first, not the first, but he was one of the first DJ superstars. He was almost like how the solo king artist that anything he dropped, it was it.
I'm getting married in the morning.
It was like Yellow Man, then Shabba, then Buju, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody had their period where anything they touched, it was like, this is it. But it was Yellow Man was that dude. So for me, Yellow Man's I'm Getting Married in the Morning starts it. Now being in New York, because we're there, Shinehead was very important.
Shinehead was the closest thing to being a reggae hip hop. Like he was the fine line. He was
and he could sing. So that
video
rough and
music
rugged
box. Like this guy Shine, yo, the Shinehead was like, he was a pioneer, bro.
I'm a Jamaican in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm a Jamaican in New York.
I like Buju. I like Wanna Be Loved. That's my joint. Not for who you think I am or who you want me to be. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely that. But those are my songs. Because, you know, we had a certain age and a certain time where just a certain song just going to make you feel a certain way. Buju at that point, I like a lot of earlier Buju stuff. You know what I'm saying? They kind of go a little way, but
Dance
for
Hall
me,
before he became Rasta, before he was Rasta.
yeah, I like the other stuff that he has that's more Rasta, but I definitely like the dancehall Buju. You know what I'm saying? Him and Wayne Wonder. You might not be a movie star.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Cause I love you.
You may not be a movie star. You may not drive a big fast car, but I love you in every way. Yeah. Yeah.